Time to open up these can of worms.
This is episode 46 of the Abundance Podcast.
No! This is the intro.
Sorry, Caroline.
Oh my
You said
gosh.
it.
No. Out of all these things I planned, and you're just like, okay, well.
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back in the DCOMs.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And you know, I've missed it. I've missed that kind of campy, like the music, the acting, everything that comes with watching a DCOM. I've missed it a lot.
So, you came out of this movie feeling pretty positive on it?
Yeah, you know what? I think we should educate our listeners on the backstory of this movie
Sure.
in our friend group. And it's that you and Davey, my brother, for those who don't know, y'all know that I did not want to watch this movie because the poster on Disney Plus had a very hideous, disgusting looking alien on the cover.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I told y'all I do not want to watch that movie. That looks terrifying. That looks disgusting. I do not want to watch that. And so for a long time, when we would do the wheel, we would put the movies in a wheel and spin it. Y'all would throw in Can of Worms. And I know part of it was because y'all did want to see it. And part of it might have been to just goof on me because y'all know I absolutely did not want to see it.
100% because it would have been funny if it landed on it. That's it. When it landed on it, just when we were spinning it, for our episodes, I'm like, oh, this might be a mistake. Even leading up to this, I'm like, this might be a mistake. Yeah.
What about now?
Now I think it's better than I thought it would be, but not by much.
I'm glad you said that, but I think for me this was my horse sense. This was
Really?
the movie that I thought was going to be terrible, but it ended up being okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I was actually pleasantly enjoying this film. I thought there were times that I laughed. There was times that I was just fully invested in it, and I was like, is Can of Worms good? Like, am I having fun watching this film?
Can't be. You can't admit that.
Wow. I've just opened up a can of worms of emotions.
The opening to this movie got me immediately.
Yes.
Because it looks so cool.
Yes.
Lightning storm, fall leaves blowing, and then just, little boy, you don't know what's going on, mystery, yelling at the sky to aliens. And I'm like, wait, am I going to like this?
Yeah, Michael Schulman, who plays Mike,
Pillsbury.
He acted his butt off. Every line he said, I was convinced that he really believed everything he was saying. Like, there was no acting. He is Mike Pillsbury.
I really liked the way he acted.
He did such a great job.
It was very different from the other DCOM stars.
Absolutely. Like, no offense to what's his name? Dolly? Is it Jason Dolly?
No offense to every other DCOM star.
Jason Dolly is the first actor I think of with DCOMs where it really feels like he's playing the same dude in every movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in... No, I'm thinking of Mitchell Musso, but what was Jason Dolly in?
Hatching Pete.
Yeah.
Minutemen.
Wasn't he in a show?
Good Luck Charlie.
He was in Cory in the House.
Oh, he's not the Good Luck Charlie kid?
I think he is the Good Luck... Yeah, he is in Good Luck Charlie. But I'm thinking, like, before Hatching Pete, like, what got him, I guess, like, his Disney clout, because, they always start with the show kind of thing.
Right.
And so I know he was, like, the best friend in Cory in the House. But in a way, it almost feels like he's acting as the same character throughout his movies. And it's just really like, Jason Dolly, okay, go be you. Like, go do a thing. But this kid, Mike Pillsbury, I don't know how Michael Schulman is in real life, but he was committed to being Mike Pillsbury.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can explain it? Because I can't. I just feel like it's really good. It's still like, 90s acting or whatever. So it's not realistic and it's also a DCOM. But it's just good in a way. It's believable, but I don't know why. I don't know why it is. It's like he has his own style.
The little extra things that he puts on it. I think one of the scenes that caught my eye was I think it was when they were getting ready for the dance, him and the girl who plays Caitlin, obviously. When Mike and Caitlin were setting up and they were putting that thing together, that spinning doohickey.
The Halloween apparatus.
Yeah. He says there's like a line delivery where I feel like he could have said something like where it's like suddenly it's when they're gonna go out to eat and he's like, suddenly I'm feeling really hungry. And he doesn't say it like I think a regular person. This could just be me reading into it, by the way, like reading too far into it. But he doesn't say it like I feel like any other actor would have been like, you know what? Like they try to camp it up, like, you know what? Suddenly I'm not feeling that hungry. Suddenly I'm feeling super hungry. And then the girl's like, you know what? I am too. Like trying to be all kind of like fake peppy. But the way he said it was very, I don't know, maybe I'm reading into it, but I feel like the way he said it was really believable for a Mike Pillsbury because he's kind of an awkward boy, but he had his moments of like smartness.
I mean, he had a lot of smart moments. He's a smart guy.
He's a very smart guy.
But I know what you mean. And that's what I'm saying. He doesn't act like a normal DCOM actor. You could even put him beside the other actors that was there with him, like Scott and Caitlin. Like the way they were acting, that's classic DCOM.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I liked it. I did like it.
He elevated it big time. And then, just talking praise for the opening of this movie. He's saying everything with his whole chest. Fellow citizens of the galaxy, I do not belong on this planet. Like, what a way to open a
That's a
movie.
great opening.
That's a great opening already. And you know what? That kind of baited me throughout the film to be like, is he an alien? Is he like Superman?
We have to talk about this.
Uh-huh.
I feel like he should have been an alien.
I feel like he should have. I feel like they were going to, and then they copped out like
Yeah, big time.
mid filming of this movie. We got 50% of this film shot, but we have to change it. He's not an alien after all.
I feel like if we wanted to, we could make a 3-hour long video essay describing why he is an alien, but he's not.
Because like how did he know? How did he know about this? Like the story of where they call it like the Harvaz or Havraz or something
The
like that.
Hansels.
Hansels. Like how did he know?
That's the first thing, right? Like that's probably the strangest one. He actually knew how they looked too. He drew how they looked.
He drew how they looked. He knew about like the destruction and that they were a peaceful people. Like when that museum guide thingy is telling them, like, we know all this because Mike told us the story. How did he know?
That's one reason. Another one is the Hansel spoke with him
and
telepathically and he understood it.
Yeah. That Hansel doesn't know how to speak English. That Hansel's going to speak Hansel.
Now you could say he could have chose anyone, he could have chose Caitlin and explained it to her or whatever. He could have went into anyone's mind. But I feel like they were trying to make it so that he is some sort of Hansel or an alien that could understand Hansels.
Yeah. And he even asks his parents, like, y'all would tell me if I was adopted, right?
Yeah, that's the last one. And the mom says, of course you're not adopted. We could show you your birth certificate. They never show it, Caroline.
They never show it.
So it's still possible that he could be an alien.
When the dad goes like, if you were adopted, and the mom's like, there's no if. And I'm like, is there an if?
Yeah, he said if. If. But I don't know why they didn't go that direction. I feel like it would have been a little bit more interesting.
Everything was pointing to it, especially all the times Mike is like, he didn't feel like he belonged.
Yeah.
And even what's his name, Scott, when what's his little brother Jay, right? When Jay
Jay, yeah.
When Jay is retelling him the story while they're in that zoo, Scott is like, it sounds to me like this story or like it sounds like Mike was telling this story from his perspective or something. Like,
yeah, about himself.
Yeah, about himself. It's like, Scott, you're picking up what he's laying down.
Yeah. So he's not just a dumb jock. He literally isn't, because I didn't know he had like computer skills to hack into Mike's computer and show that little, I don't know, hack messages. and
Yeah.
then completely shut down the whole Halloween party.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that came from, but multi-talented kind of guy.
From a tech standpoint, they're just connecting a VGA cable. All that would do is make it a second monitor. I mean, technically, I guess he could. Well, no, because
Did they connect it from across the classroom, across tables?
I was thinking about the Halloween party. Because, like, you know how we do,
Oh,
we follow that cable from Mike's laptop to his,
oh yeah.
and I'm like, well, because it's not like it's from one monitor to another. I guess he's doing like a LAN connection, but I don't think that would give him the same. Like, I was thinking about it like as a tech person. I was like, I don't think you would have the same permissions, but maybe it's
Maybe he just
possible.
Control Alt Delete and then selected the programs to shut down.
He opened up his task manager and just was hitting end on everything.
Yeah, everything and all.
But yeah, he's not a regular jock, and he even Caitlin is not. I feel like she's not a regular cheerleader. She was actually a nice
Yeah, she
person.
cares about the nerds, the losers.
I think they're trying to tell us in this movie that she always had a crush on him because what was that line where Mike tells her like something like you didn't go eat with Scott or something, and she's like, if that's what you think of me, then you're a lot dumber than I thought you were. Like you're a lot oblivious. He's not picking up that she's got a crush on him.
She says something funny like that, like you're the dumbest smart person I know, or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I thought she was really cool.
I really liked her. I liked that she was always giving him chances, even though like, obviously he wasn't. It was always the aliens that were messing things up and good old hijinks, but
Hmm.
she was always like giving him chances and like what's going on, and then of course when the alien shows up, she's like ready to help.
So I want to say, just to backtrack a little bit, before going into the movie, I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't see any posters or anything outside of that little thumbnail of that freaky looking alien with the long eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought this was gonna be like such a weird, wacky movie where it's like all about aliens. So when I saw humans, I'm like, oh, this is okay. This is cool. And I thought I thought they had a lot of good build up to what was going on.
A lot of build up, yeah.
Yeah. And the one that we spoke about already, Mike being an alien himself, I thought that was gonna be, they were telegraphing it for a long time. It wasn't gonna be a twist.
Yeah,
But they didn't go through with it. And
they
then
subverted our expectations.
right. And then there's just other very minor things that I don't feel like they went through with a lot of the ideas that they're trying to execute here. And it's probably just me, but I don't know. I don't feel like the Caitlyn and Mike relationship, I guess they're together. I guess they're just like happy being friends or whatever. But it's like, where are they now? Do they like each other? Are they dating? I don't know. By the end of it, she was doing a whole chant for him or whole cheer for him. That was nice, but I'm not sure where that's going. And then I feel like there was a lot of background lore for these aliens, and I guess it's better left unanswered. But it leaves a lot of questions, like why, there's like an alien lawyer, then there's like an alien
Agent.
Hollywood agent, then there's
Mm-hmm.
like an alien whatever, like offering. I forgot what the other dude was doing, like the Two-Face alien, like he had the face upside down in the
Oh
one.
yeah, yeah.
But it's like a lot of weird things like that, and I like that. I like that sort of stuff, but I want to know a little bit more. But I guess it was, like I said, I guess it was a better option to just leave it unanswered and let your mind do filling in the gaps.
It's better to let your imagination fill out these answers than to actually see the answers.
I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the blatant anti-zoo agenda in this movie?
Freedom. They don't thrive in captivity. I'm on board with this anti-zoo propaganda, Tony. I don't think person or animal should be locked in captivity. I think we need to go to every zoo and release and press the button.
And let them all go.
Let them go Madagascar style.
Now, I'm not here to educate listeners on, what the deal is with this. But I know there's zoos that actually do like rehabilitation on animals and things like that. They're not all bad.
Yeah, they're not all bad.
But it was funny because they were talking exactly how you would talk about like that debate. Because what's
like
his
the
name?
Blackfish debate.
Oh yeah. What was the evil alien's name?
The Thode.
The Thode, yeah. Lord Thode, the main one.
Yeah.
I wrote down the line. So he says like, "This is a sanctuary, not a prison." So of course a zookeeper would say that.
Of course a SeaWorld employee would say that.
And then Mike said they deserve to be back home with their own kind.
Of course an anti-SeaWorlder would say that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel as when I got to that part, I was thinking, is this whole movie based around that? And then I started like rewinding in my head, like, let me see, were there like breadcrumbs of like anti-zoo
sentiments
anti-zoo propaganda here? What do you think? Did I miss it, or did it just spring up in the final act?
So I think a lot sprung up in the final act, and one of those is definitely the anti-zoo sentiments. This movie went 40 minutes without seeing an alien. You realize that? I was keeping track.
I was really happy with those 40 minutes.
Those 40 minutes of no aliens.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really liking where it was going.
Yeah, that's a xenophobic thing to say, huh?
Oh, here we go. Now, like, I'm not here to educate people on like whether aliens are good or not. I'm just here
real
to
or not.
just bring up the discussion. Wait, Caroline, I'm not saying no. We're not debating real or not.
I know.
We know they're out there.
Dude.
Am I right?
We're not debating if they're out there. They're out there. Let's not have these deep talks on a DCOM episode.
You're right. This isn't the place.
But
next episode we'll do are aliens real?
Are they real?
Have they visited us already? Or have they been here the whole time? Find out next episode. What did you think of the aliens?
Oh my gosh. You know what? Some of them are absolutely hideous, but I do love the creativity.
Yeah.
Like I was hearing your voice in my head with the Never Ending Story. They're so ugly. I loved it.
They're real. I like that.
They're so ugly, but I'm so ever since watching our 80s fantasy films, I'm starting to really like it when filmmakers are not afraid to make things ugly.
Mm. Yeah, you got to give them credit for that. As
these guys are definitely like willing to make things ugly and weird, and they're like, we're gonna go as alien as possible. We're gonna make this crazy. And you know what? They got us a little bit on the tame side. We were able to see the Hansels, which are kind of like, I feel like those are aliens we would see in like a Marvel thing. But then we got like Barnabas, aka the best character in this movie aside Mike Pillsbury. I love Barnabas. But like, yeah, we got something like kind of easy to process like Barnabas. But then, oh my God, that like oozing, farting, burping alien came through. And I was like, what are you?
That scene was rough to watch.
That was so rough to watch. I'm trying to find
but not because of the belching and noise and eating and stuff, only because
the phone call.
Yeah, it's a DCOM thing, but yeah, it's just like, all right, hold on, I'll call you right back. Okay, I gotta take care of something.
Right. Can't just be like, or hey, my like they're like what 15? My mom is calling me. Like,
or hold on, let me walk into the other room. Just simple things like that.
I think he had a landline, so he can't do that. But
no, you just pull the whole base, and then the wire.
It's still connected to a thing. I don't think
he
had enough cord.
Yeah, you yank that cord. Make sure it slips under the door.
Oh my gosh. Go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I think it just would have been easier to be like, hey, you know what? Let me call you back, Caitlin.
Exactly. But, it's a DCOM. They're not going to...
Oh, that's disgusting. What? That was so hard for me to watch for all of the above reasons. The burps, the farts, the oozing, the burp, the sounds,
The
and
chewing, the
uh,
teeth,
why are the teeth like that? I'm getting like my hair
boom.
is standing up on the back of my neck just for that. It was just no. And then like add, you know how I told you I hate the secondhand embarrassment. Like I get it so bad. I can't even watch like
Oh, what
Impractical
scene
Jokers.
was it?
That scene, the phone scene,
Oh, that was secondhand embarrassment.
that was huge secondhand embarrassment. I'm so any secondhand embarrassment scenes affects me by like 2000, and that
Wait,
was
but
just like
but it was embarrassing for who?
for Mike.
Because he was just saying the wrong things.
Yeah, like the whole thing was going wrong.
Oh, okay,
And
all
then
right.
add on to that all the sounds and noises from this alien burping machine. And I was just like, ugh, it was so painful. It was so painful.
It was an uncomfortable scene. It was very loud and noisy. It was a busy scene.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That scene kind of also represents the movie for me of like I like the concept, but I feel like there's not enough going on. I feel like if he was an alien, there would have been enough going on. But now it's just like a little boy wants to leave Earth because he feels like he doesn't belong. And then a bunch of aliens come because they got his message to take him. And that sounds interesting already. But the way that it plays out, I don't know, Caroline. I'm not convinced.
I feel like you know the the way this movie was going in its plot is kind of a winding road. We're led to believe one thing is going to happen and then another thing happens. Like we start the movie and it's Mike, with the football team and feeling like he doesn't belong and feeling like what if he's and because we get that story scene too where he's telling the little brother the stories. So I started thinking like, okay, are we going to start seeing him like have either alien abilities or is he going to meet with an alien? And then it's like, no, Caitlin comes in and you're actually going to help us get ready for a Halloween dance. So then we have this kind of montage with him and Caitlin where they're having fun for like 2 weeks to put this dance together. And then it's like, okay, well then is he gonna like start? And this was how my mind was thinking. Like, is he gonna start looking like an alien? And then like at the Halloween party, people are gonna be like,
Oh, that's a good idea.
like cool costume, dude, and it's actually like him. And then no, it's like, oh, Scott came in and like messed up the Halloween party. So then he gets angry, and we get to the opening of the movie where it's like now he's going back to calling on like the galaxy to come rescue him. Is it citizens of the galaxy?
Right.
And so then I thought like, oh, is this where like the way he's doing this, that means like he knows he's out there. Is this how they're gonna reveal that he's actually like adopted and he's an alien and yada yada? And then like Barnabas comes down and I'm like, here it is, the reveal. They're gonna tell him he's an alien. And then it's like, no, all of these aliens are coming because they want to that was the part where I feel like it's weak writing because they're coming for two things. One, that means that Earth has advanced it enough in their technology that they're not considered a was it like a
Primitive
primate
planet.
primitive planet. So that means they're off the list of like protected planets.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one is like, oh well, we're gonna make a show out of you. And I'm like, what? You're gonna make here's this one kid who doesn't feel like he fits in on Earth. You could go to any high school and find a kid like that. But okay, they want to take him in space. They want to do all this.
Well, to their credit, that is Mike Pillsbury. That's the name. That's the genius of Earth who was able to send out the message.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That's true. I didn't think of that. But okay, so we're going from that plot, and I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna go with them, and he's gonna get homesick, and he's gonna feel like, you know what, I want to go home, but he can't because it's like you said you wanted to leave, so we're gonna take you, and it's like the search to go home, but no, the Thode comes in, and the Thode kid is going to like find the perfect specimen and ends up kidnapping the little brother and the jock, and then we get taken into this zoo. Like You see where I'm getting at here? It's a very winding movie. How do we get from point A to point 7?
Yeah, you see, I like those points you're making because that's how I felt about it. I feel like they never fully committed to one idea because there's a lot of good ideas here, and none of them actually, got full closure. Even with their relationships. Because also he said he was alone, but then he had a friend he always hung out with in the treehouse, and his
He
little
has a
brother.
friend.
And then the Thode thing. Then it became like saving the world, because the Thodes are gonna.
They're gonna go through each of the humans to find the perfect specimen.
Yeah, and he wants more humans so that they don't feel alone in his zoo. And I'm trying to look it up right here because the tagline on one of the posters, and this, I haven't seen this poster until like earlier today, but this actually has Mike and Caitlin on it, along with the weirdest long eyes one. And it says, "Who's got time to be a teenager when you have to save the world?" That's how they're marketing it. That doesn't really even explain the movie.
They didn't even really say that like the world was going to be destroyed or things like that. Just
Yeah.
that the Thode was going to try to kidnap as much aliens, just kidnap as much humans for his zoo. But I feel like that's not an Earth-threatening situation.
No.
It is a situation. Let's not downplay that. Yeah, we got some Stranger Things, Mind Flayer kind of kidnapping going on here, but it's not an Earth-threatening situation.
But luckily, like you said, they didn't. Like Mike never mentions we have to do this to save the world. No, it was only about Jay and Scott. They have to get them back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like how you're explaining that. It's like the road is winding, but you're not reaching any destination. It winds in a circle.
It's like trying to find a restaurant and then you just end up eating at home.
Yeah. It's like browsing the Netflix catalog and then you end up watching YouTube.
You just described my night last night.
But I really wanted to, I like where they were going with some of these. That's how I felt. I'm like, oh,
I
this is
really
going to
do
be cool.
too.
This is going to be cool.
I like some of the lines that Mike says when he's in his smart moments where he's like, does a tesseract exist in 4
dimensions?
4 dimensions? I was like, oh, I understood that reference.
Oh. Why? Did you understand it from Marvel or did you understand it from Interstellar?
Both.
I understood it from Interstellar because Marvel, that they never explain what a tesseract is. It's just a blue box.
The tesseract is not even a scientific thing in Marvel, and the tesseract is a glowing sphere with Infinity Stone in it.
It just holds an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, it's the Tupperware of the Infinity Stone. Yeah. But in Interstellar,
yeah,
it's an actual scientific.
It's real life
entity explained and applied as much as scientifically accurate as it could be.
Speaking of aliens, once we do have to colonize Mars, and we start,
colonize Mars.
Once Elon Musk succeeds in colonizing Mars.
Once Elon Musk becomes the king of England and ends up colonizing Mars.
we're creating future generations, families. Those are aliens now, right? Like
Martians.
the first babies born on a different planet, those are aliens. But humans. Correct? Caroline, tell me.
I guess I'm thinking of also like the term illegal alien. You know how like that's right. Applied to people who are not. I know citizens you mean,
but I think this is literal.
You're thinking of the science fiction, but science not so fiction term of an alien.
Yeah, they would be aliens, right?
I think of an alien as somebody of a different species that is of the same intellectual level as a human, or if not more intellectually.
What if they're dumber?
Yeah, I think it's an alien could be the way you're thinking of it. For me at least, it's a life that has not originated from Earth, And I mean, like, humans originated on Earth, so that doesn't count for me.
So what if the second generation of Martians?
The second generation.
Yeah. So
no, but like they're humans. So humans originated from Earth. If
well,
there
hold
was
on. Let me
like,
explain my case. Hold on.
okay.
So Papa Musk is on Mars,
Papa Musk,
and he has a baby. Let's ignore his, X Ash, whatever.
X-12.
He had a baby. This is hypothetical. He had a
No.
baby. This is a first Martian baby. That baby grows up, and then he has a baby. This is the second generation of Martians. So that second generation Martian came from a Martian.
No. That's not how I see it. I'm talking about life originating.
Yeah, you want it to be a
from
completely
another
different species.
If there was like a fly that, or if there was like a bug on Mars that is not seen anywhere on Earth, that's an alien.
Okay.
Like it has to be something that has no origination from Earth.
Okay.
To me, this is obviously there's people out there with different definitions of aliens, but that's my
Like mine. You just got to be on Mars.
You think as soon as you put your, like Minecraft, as soon as you put your bed down on Mars and sleep in it, you're a Martian?
No, your children will be Martians. Because those are humans born on a different planet. And that's the only planet they ever knew. And let's say we have interstellar travel and an Earthling meets a Martian. They're aliens to each other.
Nah. Is it like Xenon? Like she was living in a satellite and she went down to Earth. Like she's not an alien.
She was living in a satellite?
Yeah, wasn't she? She was living in a space station kind of satellite thing, like a giant satellite.
Oh, right. Before continuing the rest of the explanation, I gotta say I was confused when you said Xenon. I thought you were talking about Xena, the warrior princess. Yeah, so that's why when you said Xenon lived in a satellite, right? I thought you said Xena. I'm like, she lived in a satellite? That's why I
Xena's
said it like
Lapidus,
that.
Tony. You thought I was talking about Xena, the warrior princess?
Yeah.
And not Xenon, girl of the 21st century?
All right. And also, I had to look it up real quick. I typed in, is Xenon an alien? I didn't get fast enough results, but I did find out that she was born on Earth.
Yeah.
I thought I know she spent like the majority of her life on that space station, but yeah, that wouldn't make her an alien. She was born on Earth. But if she was born in a space station, perhaps.
My supernova girl. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
That's for a different time.
Make my heart go boom, boom. My supernova girl. But yeah, so I don't think even the second gen Martian is an alien.
Right.
They are a Martian, just like how I'm a Texan and you're currently Floridian.
Well, I'm no longer. No. Here's my definition. Let me break it down.
Okay. Every time you say "let me break it down," I think you're gonna like bust out into a rap.
Not from Earth. So these Martians, even second generation Martians, they've never been to Earth. They weren't born on Earth. They don't know anything about Earth.
But they're not aliens. They're Martians.
They're aliens at Earth.
No, because they are a species that originated from Earth.
They're probably even going to adapt to Mars climate.
The gravity. Is Mars gravity like Earth's gravity?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Is Mars gravity? Oh, it has a 38% as strong as the pull of gravity on Earth. So their weight is less. They would feel heavier coming to Earth.
You see, they'll probably be taller.
Oh, you're right, man.
Astronauts get taller in space.
We're gonna. The NBA is gonna go to them for easy pickings. All of our players are Martians.
NBA scouts are gonna be looking at middle school basketball teams.
Middle school
on Mars. Yeah, they got to pick them out young, you know.
We're gonna send you to training camp. But I'm only 12. Yes, but you're also taller than Michael Jordan in his best era.
Exactly right. All right, if I couldn't convince you, I'm okay.
You've probably convinced others listening. Like he's on to something.
My fellow alien believers.
My fellow citizens of the galaxy. I do not belong on this podcast. I am one of you.
I do not belong alongside this alien denier, Martian denier, and zoo denier.
I'm being held against my will. I'm just thinking of you as Mike Pillsbury with a satellite all
That would totally be me, for sure.
My potential to realize that aliens are real and can be Martians nullified by my ignorant and cruel co-host.
By the indigenous people of this podcast.
Population of this podcast. You must save me. Take me away from this. Mike Pillsbury.
I was going to ask you, did you rank Can of Worms?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Give me an area. Give me an area where it's at.
Let me pull it up. Hang on.
I didn't rank mine yet. Soon we're going to release this to the public, but it's not done. It's a list that's been going on for a long time.
I put it underneath Megadwav.
So it's pretty high.
It's mid. I want to say it's pretty. It's almost exactly middle.
Wow. Okay. Mine might be like upper bottom tier.
Okay.
The upper level of the bottom tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Like just looking at my list real quick right here, I might put it beneath Pixel Perfect.
I forgot Pixel Perfect was towards the bottom for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but I like. Oh no, Xenon the sequel.
The sequel for me is pretty low, but Xenon, the original Xenon, is.
But I think the sequel is at least entertaining.
Oh yeah, that's not. All of them are entertaining in a way, but it's just maybe except A Ring of Endless Light.
Yeah, we've seen some pretty duds of DCOMs.
The 13th Year.
Yeah.
Now you see it.
The Cheetah Girls.
The Cheetah Girls. That's a hot take. We got to be careful with that. That's a hot take to put the Cheetah Girls low. We're basically saying our list.
No, there's like 20 on here.
Yeah, I have 28.
There you go. I'll rank it in a bit. We'll release it to the public soon enough. We just have to watch all of them.
Should we disclose where we've put our previously watched films? Like High School Musical, Camp Rock?
Oh, just for curiosity's sake?
Yeah.
Sure, that'll be fun. This is a DCOM Dynasty?
I like that. We'll go with that. Pixar Passage, Ghibli Journey, DCOM Dynasty.
The trilogy.
It's now complete.
All right, everyone who's been following along. Caroline, name all the DCOMs that we have spoken about so far.
High School Musical 1, 2, and 3, Camp Rock 1 and 2. And I think that's been it, right?
Really? And then now just Can of Worms.
Yeah, Can of Worms.
Okay.
I'm trying. Yeah, because I don't think we've covered any of the other ones. So yeah, we've just gotten the musicals. Some of them. Well,
if we say these movies is going to be given away, they're in important positions, if you know what I mean.
Okay, that's true. We are talking about this on the pod. We'll do a.
We'll dedicate a whole episode after the Dynasty comes to a conclusion.
We'll cut it here right now because I think that we should talk about it more off pod than just Maverick style going by the seat of our pants kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this movie did rank in my list middle, so I had a fun, and I should preface, I had told you this beforehand, and I was almost begging you to pick another movie because what our listeners don't know is this episode is coming out the day of your birthday.
Oh, Yeah.
And I told you, I was asking you, pleading, saying, Tony, please pick a movie, another movie to do. And I was trying to make it so enticing. I was like, pick a movie you want to do, a movie that you've been wanting to do for a long time.
Pick
That
one you could finally do. Come on.
I think I phrased it like that. I was like, pick one you want to do. I won't object to it. Nothing like pick a movie you really want to do. It's coming out on your birthday, man. You know, this is your chance. And
I think the real reason was so that on your birthday you could do a movie that I wouldn't want to see.
No, my birthday is going to be during El Boo Nudge.
Oh,
So
okay.
got to be in theme.
Okay.
But no, the I think the real ulterior motive was I did not want to watch this movie. And another thing too is this week our schedules clashed, and we both knew that we couldn't watch this movie together. And I'm always a believer that a DCOM should be watched with friends. A DCOM, because you never know. You're opening up a can of worms when you watch a DCOM.
There you go.
So you never know if you're going to get a good movie or a bad movie. And if you're with friends, no matter what, the DCOM is going to be enjoyable. It's going to be a good experience, you know?
But that's what alters your opinion on it.
But I don't want to go into a movie.
I guess you think Pixel Perfect is...
I like Pixel Perfect. I saw Pixel Perfect on my own when I was young.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw
that was a long time ago.
I saw it on my own, though, when I was young. And and I liked it when I was young. So that's what affects it now, is that nostalgia factor, too. But
it's a Davy factor.
That elevated it for me a little bit. But I still definitely liked it before the Davy factor.
But I think Pixel Perfect has been dethroned for the Davy movie. Now it's Horse Sense, is it not?
I think we could have a beautiful marriage between Horse Sense and Pixel Perfect to make the ultimate Davy movie.
Just in case we're not clear enough.
No.
No, because I don't know how vague we're sounding or not. But just in case for the listeners, we jokingly said Pixel Perfect is about Davy. But if you guys want to truly get to know Davy, just watch Horse Sense. And that's truly Davy.
Why are you gonna throw my bro under the bus, calling him out with Pixel Perfect?
He would agree. You can put it side by side. The stances would be exactly the same.
I think we did make that from the bus trip. The outfits, the stances, the hair, everything. Horse Sense.
I hope we find another one that's even more accurate.
Continuing the Davy DCOM universe. Yeah. The Davy-com verse.
All right, Caroline, what's left to say about Can of Worms?
We need to talk about Barnabas.
How much did you love Barnabas?
On a ranking of 1 to 10, 12.
Let's rank all the aliens. Let's start with...
Can we do that? Yeah, that sounds fun.
I don't remember their names.
I know that I have a list. The Thode, you know the Thode, that's the villain.
Yeah.
The Jom, the Bomb. The Bomb is the disgusting one.
I thought he was a Bohm.
Bohm.
Yeah, he's the one that eats corn.
Yeah. And then the what's it called? The one that wants to date him.
That wants to date him?
Yeah,
yeah, the floating head.
That's Lula.
Oh. Okay.
The agent, or like the one that wanted to turn him into like a, what's it called?
A star.
Yeah, that's the loafer.
Okay.
And then the Jarm is the what's it called? That's the one. That's the orange guy.
The guy on the cover.
Yeah.
He was the freakiest one.
Oh wait, no, the Jarm is another one. Hang on, I need a list.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the loafer alien is the freaky one. That's the main one.
He's the poster alien.
Yes.
All right.
So we have the Bohm, the loafer, the Jarm. The Jarm is like the TV host one. And then the loafer is the agent. Lula is the floating head. And then we have Barnabas and the Thode.
Yeah, so what does that make? 6?
Yes.
6 aliens?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6.
Okay.
So can we do we're gonna do a lightning round ranking of the aliens. in Can of Worms.
We're gonna do lightning question round. All right, which one would you date?
None.
Come on.
I would be single forever. These aliens just know I'm single.
Which one do you want as an agent?
As an agent, Barnabas.
You're just gonna say Barnabas for all of them.
Ask me and find out.
All right, let's hear your rankings without Barnabas because he's number 1. Obviously, he's number 0.
Barnabas is number 1, the star, the best boy. Number 1 for me is Lula, the floating head. Number 2 is the loafer alien. Number 3 is the Jarm, and number 4 is the Bone, and number 5 is the Thode. Because
why is it? Because he's bad.
Because he's a frog. He's based off of a frog, and I hate frogs with a burning passion. The Thode.
Yeah. I think Loafer, being the main guy, he's got to be number 1.
You know what? He's disgusting looking, but I fully believe that alien was there. That was a really impressive puppet.
I don't know how they did it. He was wearing little shoes.
He was wearing little loafers. That's why he's called the loafer alien.
They're not like loafer. I mean, I guess they are, but I thought loafers were more like boat shoes.
Like Sperry's?
Yeah, kind of like that. But he was wearing like dress shoes.
A loafer is like a dress shoe. I remember Baby had loafers. And those are like fancy work shoes, but then Sperry's kind of took that and said, what if we make these out of more comfortable fabric and you can wear them on boats?
All right, so he's wearing loafers.
Yeah.
He got the name.
He's got little socks too.
He also used alien powers.
Yeah.
Like froze Caitlin in time. He froze Mike. That's when I felt like it was going somewhere else again. But you don't really see anything like that anymore.
He was a really winding road. Yeah, because the other ones, the Bone is just disgusting. The Jarm is just annoying. He's the one with the 2 faces.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him. Like, there's a Transformer that can switch faces.
You wanted him to flip upside down and have the other person talk?
I wanted him to flip upside down, and he has a different personality.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Like that's what it is. The quintesson. I wanted to make sure that Davey and Josh didn't revoke my Transformers fan card, but I wanted him to
look it up.
I wanted him to be like the quintesson that could change their faces.
I think he could still get revoked.
And then they change personality.
Airline, I'm not gonna edit
I wanted him to,
unless you want me to.
Unless you want me to.
Because he told me to. Delete.
But anyway, I wanted him to like flip around and to have a different personality, but he didn't. He was just annoying.
I'm not gonna just speed bump past that.
I want to sail past. I do not want to take this pit stop. We're gonna keep going.
We're just gonna pretend like, oh yeah, I just remembered. Now I'm not gonna get it.
I'm not pretending, but I'm gonna let Josh and Davey roast me. I don't need you to roast me.
All right. I mean, I'm not the guy to do it. I don't know anything about.
You're not that guy. Pal.
About any fandoms.
You're not that guy.
No. I don't look deep enough into any fandoms to know anything about anything. I'm just here to ask questions about aliens.
All right, you didn't continue your ranking. Give your alien.
Oh ranking. Yeah, and this is on the fly, Maverick style.
Absolutely.
Loafer, and I think I'm also going off of how they look too.
That's what I was going off of, and a little bit of their annoyingness.
Well, also I'm ignoring Barnabas. He's
Barnabas is number 1. He's best. Yeah. Barnabas is the best one.
All right, so Loafer, and then I'll even say probably Thode next because just like the costume.
Yeah,
I think it was cool.
It's impressive.
Yeah,
it was disgusting, but it was impressive. Like when I say disgusting in Can of Worms, that's a compliment. I like it when they look weird.
Yeah. Then I'll say Lula, then Jarm, and then Bohm because Bohm was just annoying.
I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have liked Bohm with all your fart loving, burp loving, whoopee cushion loving.
He was just like excessive.
That's true. If it was kind of like cute and sweet, or in a way, like
if it was like a quick cough and a fart, would have loved it. But there was like constant munching on a corn.
If it was like Bog of Eternal Stench stepping on those rocks.
Yeah, he was just constantly.
It was excessive.
That was like a 5-minute long scene of him.
Oh, I felt longer, but yeah, it must have been like 5 minutes.
Well, 5 minutes is long, but yeah, it did feel longer.
It dragged out. That 5 minutes turned into 20 when you're in pain watching
But
this.
think about it, 5 minutes of just noise.
Of disgust. And like the worst part too is that it wasn't just like burps and farts. It was eating and it was chewing and there was like food oozing out of its mouth. Like that's disgusting on a pure disgusting level.
His intergalactic portal is a sewage drain. Oh, you know what I just thought of?
What?
Endgame. You got to make an edit of like everyone's portals coming out too. So like,
oh no,
Barnabas's doghouse portal.
Bum, bum, bum,
Let
me write that down. Every time we talk about like doing an edit on the podcast and then I'm editing the highlight, I forget because I just kind of like skim through the audio and I'm like, all right, I'll bring that out, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to do that edit.
If I ever mention an edit, it's just for fun and not for real.
Yes, but I want to make it as close as
reality.
possible. Yeah, I want to make it. Reality can be whatever I want.
But you know what I mean, right? Like how people would grab people from like any movie and have them show up. They all have their own portal. So Thode could show up. Barnabas could show up.
Exactly. Even
well,
the
actually,
space
you only see his portal when he's leaving.
I can still, if the clip is out there on YouTube, I can grab it. The only thing that limits me from doing that is if the clips are available.
All right.
That, this is just kind of a side thing this is nothing related to what we were talking about at all, but the best friend, I feel like he's kind of a bad best friend, right?
The bad best friend?
No, I feel like he is a bad. I think his name was what, Nick?
Oh, why? Why do you think
feel like he's a bad best friend. I want you to think about it from a Mike perspective. He feels like he doesn't belong, that he's all alone. He was willing to like leave the planet because Caitlin and him, like, because he got embarrassed and stuff. And he felt like he didn't belong, that nobody understood him. Isn't that also mean that he and Nick were not really best friends?
Well, that's what I brought up earlier. I don't know if that's on Nick or if it's on Mike. Because I said like, oh yeah, he says he feels alone, but they hang out in his treehouse probably every day. We saw them a couple times already in just one movie. So I'm not sure. What could he be doing wrong? He listens to Mike's stories of aliens. And his little brother even watches his indie comics on aliens.
Do you think it's like you haven't seen Meet the Robinsons? Do you think it's like a Meet the Robinsons where there's this character named Goob. Goob. And he talks about how like he was always alone and hated in school. And there's a scene of him walking down the hall and he's a little boy, and these kids are like in the hallway and they're going, "Hey Goob, you want to come over to my house this weekend? Hey Goob, how you doing?" And he's walking through, and then the narrator is like, "They all hated me."
Was Mike going through his emo phase?
I'm thinking, is Mike having a Goob moment?
Phase?
Yeah, where he's like, "I have no friends, I'm all alone," and then Nick, "Hey Mike, how's it going? I'm here for a story."
That was my first thought. Like, he just doesn't appreciate what he has right now.
I send it to you in GIF form just so you can see it. I feel like this is Mike. This is Mike energy.
They all hated me. The indigenous people of Earth. They all hated me.
The cruel indigenous population of Earth.
Save me, Mike Pillsbury.
Desperately in need of your assistance, Mike Pillsbury. No lie, when he opened up with Pillsbury, I was like, is he Pillsbury Doughboy?
Hey, you never know. I think you mentioned it earlier too, but I also would have liked if he actually decided like, oh yes, I'm saved. I'm leaving planet Earth.
Yeah.
And then he finds out it was a terrible idea, and then he has to come back.
One of those like, I miss home. Like it's
yeah.
I'd rather be at home, because even I feel like the ending of this movie is where it falls flat. It's what's the lesson? He's still. I feel like we could have at least ended it with him being like, "Dad, I don't like playing football," but he's a computer genius. He's over here updating graphics cards. Like this guy
why was he still playing football?
This guy is Bill Gates. This guy is just straight up being Bill Gates. He's over here with the what's it called? The bioservice routine. Like he's not the thing is also, which I wrote this in my notes where I was like, this kid, if they're not going to make him an alien, it's really weird that they're framing him as an alien because he's just smart. And that's what I wrote in the beginning of the movie watching it. That was my impression.
He's just smart, not an alien.
I was like, he's just smart. Like, what does this mean? I'm understanding what he's saying. Am I an alien? Movie? But then he ended up not being an alien. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, at the end of the movie, he's playing football again. He's getting sacked. And it just kind of ends with this, like, Mike, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I'm like, all right, so the Caitlin and Mike thing, I don't know where that's left off. Good terms, for sure, but I don't know
they have
details after that.
A situationship.
Excuse me?
A situationship?
What's that?
It's where two people like each other, but they won't enter into a relationship.
Why?
It's called a situationship.
Is this like Romeo and Juliet? Were they in a situationship?
Yeah, I guess.
Man.
It's two people that like each other. They know they like each other, but they don't date and they don't, they don't become a thing. It's called a situationship.
These Zoomers come up with a phrase for everything now.
It's actually a millennial term. Thank you.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
What year did it come out? Can we track it on Urban Dictionary?
I saw it on TikTok, used by a millennial. I know.
You saw it on TikTok?
No, I didn't.
The Zoomer platform?
That was a bit. No, I heard of it on a YouTube video.
How old was the person in the video?
Older than me.
Check it up on Urban Dictionary. Tell me when it was created.
I see it here. Situationship. Urban Dictionary. 2018. Yeah, but who? I don't see it originating from somewhere.
Huh?
I don't see it like having an originator. Like this came from this person or this, that. Like it.
Well, it's just 2018.
2017. It was reported being used.
Caroline, these are the Zoomer years.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If it was like early 2000s, yes.
The Zoomers now, I think, are not. I think this is a millennial term. It's definitely a millennial term.
No.
You're just not a good millennial. You're an old millennial.
You just proved it.
Unplugged old millennial.
A situationship.
You're laughing. I'm over here educating you, and you're laughing.
That doesn't sound dumb to you.
I'm not arguing if it sounds dumb or not. I'm just saying that's the term people use. A situationship.
Oh, okay. So that's like every Disney Channel movie or show, right?
I think so.
It happens in shows the most where, like 3 seasons long, that they want to be with each other and they don't get together.
I think it's a little bit different than that. It's one thing to like pine after a person, like the way a show does it, but this is like two people, they know they like each other, like they've confessed to each other, but they don't get together.
Oh, well, that's just dumb.
They don't make it a thing.
What's the situation why they wouldn't make it a thing?
Either commitment issues, they want to explore options. Like, it's just kind of a lack of commitment. It's like, I like you, but I don't want to be in a committed relationship right now.
Was Mose and Ned in a situationship?
No, I think they were in a relationship. That's not a situationship.
No, but for like 2 seasons, they weren't dating.
I can't remember. Did they know they liked each other?
Yeah, they had plenty of times where they did the classic fall on each other thing, stare at each other.
Yeah, maybe that was
maybe like once or twice before they did the official boyfriend and girlfriend kiss in the finale?
Oh, I found a definition. Two people that do everything one would do in a relationship, but don't call each other. Like, don't call it a relationship. Where it's like, are y'all dating? It says right here, are y'all dating? Y'all are doing everything people that are dating do. No, we're not dating. Oh, so you're in a situationship.
Oh, that's completely different.
Yeah, that is. That adds another layer to this situationship that I did not know existed until I looked up Urban Dictionary.
I like that. Now I think it was probably made up by a millennial.
Now you do. Now you do. Okay. All right.
Got to give credit to, my people.
The boomers. Who are the parents of millennials?
I found this term on Facebook, Carolyn.
This comes out on your birthday. Remember that, boomer?
What does that mean? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, sir, you're up
How is
there.
that relevant to anything?
It's relevant to your age.
Oh, please. Let's conclude.
Can of Worms was, I don't know, maybe I said this or not, but you know what? I did want to conclude that my thoughts for this movie, I was scared of seeing it by myself because I thought it wasn't going to be as fun. And I think we went off on a tangent from there. But this movie surprised me because I watched it by myself and I enjoyed it. I had fun. I liked it. It wasn't the can of worms that I thought it was going to be.
You really want to make can of worms happen.
It's happening, isn't it?
This is your second.
But are you saying that wasn't a good use?
I'm saying they were both good uses.
Thank you.
But you really want to make it your thing now.
But you also wanted to interrupt me, huh?
Always. Every time.
Every opportunity.
Please start talking right now so I can jump in.
But this movie ended up being really fun. It ended up being enjoyable. I laughed a lot. And that's another thing too. I feel like when you watch a movie by yourself, you do like that nose inhale exhale thing. You don't actually laugh. But I did. I laughed at this movie. And it was it was actually an enjoyable experience.
Which part was the funny parts?
This is not intentionally funny. This is unintentionally funny. But when his dad is trying to use the computer and there's like a pig on it, and he tells Mike, like, Mike, what did you do to the computer? And they have that whole conversation, but it's at the end where he says, okay, how about rounding up those farm animals and giving me my stock market back? And Mike laughs, but he leaves. He doesn't fix the computer. He walks away, and there's still very much a pig on his father's screen, and his father can't get into that website. So I started cracking up because I was like, dude, you didn't fix the computer at all.
There's one line that I liked that was funniest for me, and it's just the way that Mike delivers the line.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to find it right now. If it takes too long, I'm going to edit all this out. But
we also, while you're looking at that, I would like to tell our audience, we also need to acknowledge that Barnabas is the one that says the line of the movie. And he says it so perfectly. So it's not out of the blue in the sense that you don't know why he's saying it, but he delivers it so perfectly. And then the music builds. And I thought that they should have just rolled credits right there where he goes, Mike Pillsbury, you have opened up a can of worms. And I wanted like the theme song to play.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
It was so perfect the way Barnabas delivered that line.
By the way, I'm pretty sure every DCOM has said its title. At least the one that we've seen.
Except High School Musical.
They don't say musical, no. Wait.
Until... They don't say it until like the third movie when the song is High School Musical.
You're right. Could we include that though?
For High School Musical 3, yes. For 1 and 2, nah.
Okay. All right, let me hear this real quick. Let me see.
I'll fill in this space with talking. That's what I'm good at. Because Camp Rock has definitely done that. It's like, oh, we're going to Camp Rock. Yeah. A Ring of Endless Light. I don't remember them ever saying that, but to be fair, I don't remember a lot of that movie. That's kind of a.
Oh, I remember.
That's one of the bad ones. Oh, you remember the line?
Oh, the line, no.
Okay.
I just remember how lame it was.
Yeah. Johnny Capahala is easy. That's the name of the character.
Princess Protection Program was awesome.
The babe. Pixel Perfect? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember the line, but I'm pretty sure that's when I started like keeping track.
Okay, I trust you. Yeah. The other
All right,
me.
Caroline, I'm not gonna find it.
You're not gonna find it.
I'll find it later.
Do you remember? You can even just give an estimation. Do you remember what he kind of said?
Oh, there you go. All right, you want to load it up too?
Oh, okay.
Go to 3 minutes and 8 seconds, and you're just gonna know.
8 seconds. Is it during the speech? No.
What?
3 minutes, 8 seconds.
After the little boy says, "This is too sad." Go ahead.
Okay. It gets worse.
It gets worse.
That's a Mike Pillsbury original right there.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the way he delivers his lines.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. I forgot we actually see the kid with the aluminum foil hat.
Where?
In the go to 15 minutes, 18 seconds.
I don't remember, no.
Go to 15 minutes, 18 seconds.
Oh, I already see it. How is this a thing?
He got it on, so the
fellow alien believer
don't read his brain.
That's a good idea. He put it on top of a helmet.
Yeah, double
so you
protection.
Can reuse it. I always have to toss mine out.
When you answer the phone, you quickly lunge for it and put it on.
Every time, and put it on a speaker. So it
doesn't. So the radio waves don't affect
it doesn't reach your skull.
I knew it. I knew there was interference whenever we spoke on the phone.
All right, Caroline, and all I'll say is this movie was better than I was expecting. Not too much better, but I guess I didn't give it enough credit. Because, like I told you, I thought it was just going to be weird-looking aliens the entire time. They're probably going to be on some spaceship. I thought all of them were going to act like a Bohm. Yeah. Be of like that level of annoying just by the way they look.
And then Barnabas showed up.
Yeah. But it was pretty good.
Saved the movie, Barnabas.
It was pretty good.
Job. It was really good. I love the creativity that they used in this movie. I love when they go weird. I just wish they committed to some of their stories and maybe didn't Star Wars the sequels, this plot, because it felt like it was going into a million different directions. But for what we got, it's still a pretty good film. It was pretty, and it was entertaining. It was fun. I wasn't bored. Disgusted, maybe. Annoyed at some. But I wasn't bored.
Cringed at others.
Cringed
embarrassed
at many.
by a few.
But I wasn't
cried
bored.
in a couple.
I laughed. I cried. It moved me.
My face was like a stone.
As always.
I was watching this in bed.
Garfield eyes.
Suffering. Not from the movie, just from illnesses. And I made it through.
You did.
I went to sleep halfway through the movie and I dreamt of aliens. Just like Mike Pillsbury would.
I had a dream about this movie too. I think I want to say it on the pod real quick. It was funny. I had a dream. I was in a bus and you were driving the bus, but I was sitting in the back and Davey was there and Carl was there and we were loaded with the aliens from Can of Worms.
Oh my.
And I had a dream that there was a fart off going on in the bus.
I know who won.
And I was sitting in the back like, get me out of here, save me. And I was doing like the Mike Pillsbury line, like, citizens of the galaxy.
Fellow citizens of the galaxy.
Save me.
These indigenous bus people.
The worst part was it was like the Fortnite bus. Like we were in the air.
I was just gonna ask you if it was a space bus.
Yeah, it was like a space bus. You were Miss Frizzle. We were on the Magic School Bus.
Oh my.
And it was a dream like that. I was so disgusted by the fart off going on that I
Who
woke
won
up.
the fart off?
I think you did.
No.
Because
Now we know it's a dream.
Yeah, because the fart off was going on, and you know who was winning. And I don't want to put anybody on blast, but you know who was winning. And then all of a sudden, from the front seat, you let out a doozer, and you won the fart off.
Caroline, you don't like some facts of life don't carry over to your dreams.
Listen, this is a dream. I don't control what happens in this dream. I'm
but it should
telling
be
the
ingrained in
story.
your mind of who's capable of.
Am I not allowed some creativity? And yes, I agree. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But this just happened in the
Just
dream.
one cough
I
is
can't
enough to
control
win.
it. Yeah, this movie was so entertaining. It affected the
I'm just
dream.
gonna say I know who would be first or second place, and it's not me. All right, that's the last thing I'm gonna say.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you are hearing us on your favorite podcasting platform and you're a new listener, do us a favor, give us a follow, hit the bell icon if you want notifications for when we upload. If you're hearing us on YouTube, regular drill, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, please. Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much. Caroline, can we close a can of worms?
I think we can close a can of worms.
All right, we shall.